Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I am Mike, and this is another Scream update. That was a loud one. Kids aren't home today. I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. The Hollywood Reporter just came out with a story that kind of fills in some gaps as far as this whole Jenna Ortega, Melissa Barrera, Scream 7 Spyglass situation goes. You probably know from other updates and from other news and whatnot what's going on with all that stuff, so I'll just jump right into this fresh new pile of things that kind of really fills in some of the gaps, and we love to fill things in. So a while back when the story came out that Jenna Ortega was not going to be a part of Scream, we tried to say it here that she was never actually signed on for Scream, and it was all this other stuff, but people were like, no, that's a lie. She's doing it for Melissa. You know, I'm not saying she'd be wrong if she was doing it for Melissa or whatever, but that's never been the case in this situation. And this story here, they say that again. They say, while that article did cite scheduling differences, the truth behind the matter was apparently she did it for, just kidding. She actually did it because she wanted more money, which is, to be fair, her name's gotten huge since Wednesday came out and all that stuff happened. And it says right here in plain lettering that all of us can read and move on that she asked for a bigger payday for the 7th installment, commensurate with her status. Unlike Barrera, sources say Ortega never had a deal in place. It's almost like we fucking said that! Ortega had been paid in the 6 figures for her previous installments, but her team now wants projects with significant paydays, something that the Scream franchise is not known for. Sources say she was seeking high 7 figures and anticipated that Spyglass would balk. She made her contract so high that she knew they wouldn't pay it and just kind of moved on with her life and made her other scheduling and all that stuff. So, granted, with what goes in line with what happened with Neve Campbell, I guess she probably assumed it wasn't going to happen for her. The article here in the Hollywood Reporter also goes on to talk about Spyglass head Gary Barber, the bad man punted Baxter. Gary Barber, who basically throws out actresses like Ron Burgundy throws burritos out of his window.
This burrito is delicious, but it is filling.
This burrito is delicious, but it is filling. There goes Melissa Barrera. There goes Jenna Ortega. There goes Neve Campbell. And as Jack Black said, now this is happening.
What are you doing?
That's how I roll.
They even say in this article that he is known for his shrewd business sense or for being fucking cheap. It says that Barber's apparent takeaway is that neither stars nor large salaries are essential. He didn't need Neve, and he doesn't need Jenna, says one insider. The article confirms here that Scream 7 was supposed to be the end of a rumored trilogy for them, and even after Ortega departed, it wasn't much of a pivot to refocus on Barrera's more prominent character. But with both actors gone, restitching from whole cloth seems necessary. Some insiders say the situation is in shambles and very raw. It may not be as dire as it might seem. Scream has always had interchangeable villains behind the mask, ensemble casts, and certain legacy characters. Another reboot will not fatally stab the franchise. It says that Christopher Landon remains on board as director, and writer James Vanderbilt does, who co-wrote the previous 2 installments. Interesting here, though, it does not say that Guy Busick is involved. It only references Vanderbilt, which, that's interesting. Unfortunately for us Stuthers, I believe that Guy Busick was the one of the 2 who would have been more understanding of Stu coming back. So I don't know what that means, because at the end of the day, Gary Barber's going to come down from his desk and be like, you get me stew and a lobster. Daddy wants a fish. What movie is that from? Comment down below. It's a great holidays movie. So what does this all mean? Well, first off, it means that you cannot trust random retweets with no sources. You can't trust Facebook accounts, no matter how much you want to when it comes to news online, obviously. But we said that over and over and over and over again here. It's like beating off a dead horse at this point. It also means that absolutely anything is on the table for this franchise, except for Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega coming back and the continuation of the thing we were supposed to get. Other than what was supposed to happen, anything could happen. They are going to hell or high water slap a Scream out. Now, that doesn't always mean it's going to be a piece of shit. You know, you don't want a movie rush. You don't want all these things happening. These are all not good things. But sometimes out of the darkness comes a serial killer who's going to stab you in the stomach, but also out of the darkness can come light. And it's possible that they come up with they're forced to not just like, let's do the next logical step, and they're forced to come up with something amazing for the Scream franchise. Another reboot? Is that fucking possible? I mean, maybe here's the first step. They're going to ask Neve to come back. Neve is in a really good position here to say no to that. I mean, honestly, she is, based on what happened with Melissa, based on all of this, if Nev says no to Scream, she comes out babyface as fuck, right? So for her, as far as she's perceived, she comes out babyfaced as shit. That being said, honestly, you got to remember at the end of the day, like, I know we update everything on Scream and we talk about it on Twitter and whatnot constantly, but the average film goer has no fucking idea about this Melissa Barrera situation and is not going to give a shit when Scream 7 comes out. They're not going to be mad at Neve Campbell for a situation that they didn't even know happened. And that's the reality of the normal person. And again, for everybody saying, I'm going to boycott Scream and all this stuff, that's fine. You do whatever you want to do, soldier of the night. But they said the same thing about Scream 6, and it was the most profitable in the franchise, I do believe. Captain Crunch. The internet is very different from the real world. So I don't believe she'll catch much shit at all for it if she does come back to the franchise, but if she wants to, she has Spyglass by the balls right now, basically. And she can look directly at Gary Barber and be like, now you're fucked, buddy. Pay me, and I want some more. Plus, I want a free subscription to the Jelly of the Month Club.
And some Skittles.
It's going to make things a lot easier to have her, but if they don't get her, there's other places they could go. They may reboot this whole fucking thing. We could actually see... we could see an actual fucking Scream remake.
Huh? No!
Dear God. And I've seen some people come up with the idea. It's very clever to make a stab movie and to bring back the original actors and put them in that. That puts them right back in the same boat. That's going to be really expensive. And then that's the problem here. He doesn't want to pay stars. He doesn't want to pay star money. And you can't bring back half the cast and not bring back Nev. So, you know, that won't work here. Another studio can't do it because I'm sure the Scream franchise also owns the rights to Stab or whatever that situation is. I could be wrong about that. There's a possibility we get a brand new cast of people, none of which have any involvement with the other people. Maybe Courtney Cox, because she's an executive producer, comes back. Maybe she's the only one that comes back and it's a whole new group of high schoolers from Woodsboro. Maybe they honestly go back and remake the whole thing. Do I want to see a remake? Fuck no, Gregory. I also don't want to see the Scream franchise stop making movies, and I don't think that they will. What do you guys think about all of this? And would you like to touch my butt? But if you guys did enjoy this and you want to know everything that's going to come next in the Scream franchise, Halloween, all that stuff, and none of the fake news stories that we just come up with shit out of Steve's asshole to throw at you so that we can get some views, we don't do that here. It's only actual news stories and fun good times in the saddlebags. Then do that thing that YouTubers all ask you to do and click the bell and all that shit so that you're notified when it happens. And I'd like to notify you right now that I am hard up for a new Scream movie. I love your fucking faces. I hope you guys have an amazing day.
Here comes that white-faced fucker, an asshole like no other. He's a big old piece of shit. Wants to stab your sister's tits cause he's a white-faced fucker. Loomis can't recover. Dr. Challenge drunk again, sleeping with your sister's friends.
Do you want to know about the darkness?
I said, goddamn. Goddamn you, faggot!
Halloween never ends, suck my fucking dick, and I don't really care what Blumhouse fucking says. Put him in a box, or suck a fucking cock. You can say he's dead, but we all know he's not, yeah. So let's go trick-or-treating, let's go fucking drinking, let's all go rent Pumpkinhead on VHS.